All right, we're going to open up with Please Save Him Coach, and I'll take some questions after that.
Yep, appreciate you guys being out here. Appreciate our fans on Super Bowl Sunday. It was fun to hear them get, kind of fired up in that third quarter when we made our run. I thought our slow start really hurt us. As we all know in the SEC, it's, trying to put 40 minutes together, but was really proud of the way we came out after halftime and just seemed a lot more poised. We only had 4 turnovers in that third quarter, which I thought allowed us to kind of, make the difference up and close the gap. And then to start the fourth, I think I'd have to go back and look. I know it was either 4 or 5 turnovers on 4 or 5 possessions in a row. And, we've talked about that as a team, the importance of not allowing those stretches to last long. And Auburn's a really good defensive team, very physical. Felt like we were prepared for that. I thought maybe, if anything, in that first quarter had more open looks than what we thought we would, just because of the way they defended. But proud of our girls for the way they fought back. I mean, as we all know, we're down a couple players, and not an excuse. Everyone's got to step up a little bit more, and I just felt like our players did a really good job of staying in the fight.
Questions?
Coach, that third quarter has been a problem quarter for you guys a few times this season, but what was different about this third quarter compared to some other ones that let the game get away from you in the past?
Yeah, just really proud of our players, and we talk a lot about it being a player-led locker room, and I think they had some really good conversations at halftime, and their ability to recalibrate and get refocused and take that deep breath, and I think they do a good job of challenging each other and supporting each other, and I feel like we knew we didn't play very well in that first half, and we kind of had to reset a little bit, and I thought they did a great job coming out after halftime and doing just that.
Coach, you talk about the turnover game. It was very evident that it was an issue for you guys all game. What was the main factor for that? Did you see one thing in particular that stood out to you while watching?
Yeah, well, first, I think, this is what Auburn does. This is what they hang their hat on. They do it to everybody. And so, I think they come in a variety of ways. They defend so hard, and really make it hard to get that ball entered. And they play in the passing lanes, and sometimes they switch, sometimes they chase, and they just take advantage of any time that you exhale on the offensive end. I felt like against a team like this that hangs their hat on their defense, fully prepared to understand that's what they do. But there was also a handful that were not forced. And we had a couple moving screens, and it kind of came in a variety of ways. I think they speed you up. And so the pace that you've got to be really, really intentional about is really important. And they create havoc in a variety of ways.
Ashton, in the third quarter, you hit a quarter 3 that sort of catalyzed an offensive run. You had started the game, I think, 0 of 8 from the field and 0 of 5 from 3. How are you able to stay mentally upright even when your shot's not falling?
I think just leaning into the team, knowing that there's a bigger picture behind things, and just having a next play mentality. I mean, dwelling on past shots and past plays doesn't really get you anywhere. So just trying to have, again, just a next play mentality and moving on to whatever we've got next.
Mama, you were able to get open looks for your teammates. I mean, first triple-double in Mizzou history since 2011. Just what does that mean to you personally, and what do you think was so good about your game altogether today?
But I gotta be honest, I don't really care because we didn't win. So it's nice on the paper, but I didn't get it done out there. As I said, I took responsibility on the first half because I didn't set the tone as a leader. I know we're missing Frankie, and that's something that I pride myself on, and that's something that I need to get better at for the team and for me. As for the triple-double, I guess happy. I like to get my teammates open, and sometimes that just gives me an open lane, and I'll take whatever the defense is giving me, so just playing with more confidence.
Coach,
I'm curious what influences your decision to really manage the pace of the play for your offense. what influenced your decision to drive towards the lane or to kind of pull back and let your offense reset and organize?
I guess it's just taking a deep breath. Sometimes I'm just so quick and I don't have time to think, and by the time I realize, I just did something that I didn't want to. So I think it's just taking a deep breath and trusting the offense. I mean, my teammates really trust me, whatever I feel like. So I think just having that freedom to do whatever I feel like it's the right thing to do is just what's making these numbers happen. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Coach Haley Frank was noticeably absent both on the floor and then from the bench. Do you have any updates on her status?
The only thing I'll tell you is I think we're really close. And so we thought there was a possibility today, but I always want to put the student athletes' well-being first, and no guarantees, but I feel like we're getting really, really close, and hopefully with the bye week that hoping to have her back for Arkansas.
Coach, honesty, Scott Grayson had 24 points tonight, with most of them coming inside the arc or from the free throw line. Could you just talk about what you think makes her very difficult to guard, especially when she's being aggressive and attacking the basket?
Yeah, you know, she's just very crafty with the ball in her hands. She's got the ability to create shots. She doesn't need a lot of time and space. The goal going into the game was to really try to corral and get the ball out of her hands as much as we could. A little bit tougher to do in the zone than if it was in a man defense, but you know, you gotta give her a lot of respect. I think she's a very talented player, and I think she plays with different gears and plays with different paces. That makes her a really hard guard. I mean, she can shoot the three. She's got the mid-range. She's got the ability to get to the rim. Just a really tough guard.
Coach, your team has been out-rebounded in the last 10 games. What are some things you can work on in practice to kind of flip that script going into Arkansas?
We do work on it a lot. You know, we've tried some different things, the old school bubble on top of the rim, and, you know, you just keep playing until you get a rebound, and we talk about it a lot. I think there's a physicality, but I also think I don't know. I really don't. I don't want to make anything up. We do put a high premium on it in practice. And to me, I think rebounding a lot of times just comes down to me versus you. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. And we're just not getting it done at the level that we need to.
Any more questions? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.